Okay, I'm just testing out different camera positions. Okay, I'm working on this little journal still, and I was checking to see different positions for my camera, um, different things I want to put into this little journal. Like I said, I was going to cut out another pocket. Here's one of them that I cut out right here. So let me see what I can do. Uh, I got my camera is now on top of my computer instead of from the side. So I'm just checking to see what it looks like. It's nothing big. I just working here, working there in a little journal. And that's about all. I'm just thinking I'm going to take this and I'm going to take the piece that goes with it and I'm going to put it on a page. I'll leave this blank and I'm going to make it a flip. So that'll be blank and I'm going to make it a flip. So it will still be able to come out. The whole page will still be able to come out and go back in. But I'm going to make a flip out of it. So let me get my machine and my paper that I want to work with. I want to work with my black paper for this one because I think black will look good on it. Oops. Hey, how you doing? I have to look. Hi, Abigail. I have to get really close to see what's what here. So I'm sorry about that. I'm working on a little journal and making pieces for it. So I have this and a larger piece that are going to be put into the journal, but I need to get my black paper open. Now you see me, right? So that I can, because I want to cut the pieces that go on this in black. So um, I like to use black paper because it makes other colors pop on certain things and all. So there's some black. And I'm fixing to take and fold it in half. And I'm going to put this over here out of the way. I'll just pull that out and set it to the side. So wasn't really expecting anybody to come in. I just turned on my live while I was doing this so that I could check out my camera angle and see what I thought of this angle because I moved it from the side to see if maybe could see better. And get my fingers caught. So I pull out my machine. I'll set this to the side. I'll set these up here where I usually keep them. So are you doing anything today, Abigail? Now here are the pieces I'm going to be cutting out of the black. They're part of a Oh, you're going to visit your daughter. That's awesome. That is totally great. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I wish I could get to see my daughter more often. She lives about 900 miles away from me, though, so I get to see her. So far, I've got to see her about once a year or once every 2 years. So I'm just happy that I get to see her once in a while, you know. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this right here. And I like to pull it down a little bit because I like the center part to work better. To me, it just does. And I like to run it through. Whew. That popped up, didn't it? Oh. Well, that didn't cut that through all the way. So let me find me something to go under it. I'll put this under it. Or on top of it. I'll do it on top. I'll put this back here. Come on over there. There we go. I kind of like doing it even if it doesn't cut all the way through. I like doing it more than once anyway. So I'm going to set this down. And I'm going to put this down. And I'm going to put this over it because I need me some new plates. Yes, it's I live in Alabama. She lives in Michigan. And so she and my granddaughters, my great-grandchildren, they all live in Michigan. So here I am in Alabama, and my husband and I live here, and they live there. And, well, you know, it's just what it is. I'm just, like I said, I'm just cutting out this piece here. And once I get it all poked out of there, I've got a jar over here I'm fixing up to weed into, but I haven't got it fixed yet. So I haven't started my weeding jar yet. And what I'm doing by poking this out is called weeding. And that's what it's called. So I got it a little bit done just to give you a little look at what I'm trying to work on. Is this right here. So there we go. Oh, thanks, Abigail. I loved it. I loved seeing the coffee dyed paper in it, and I got to get it sewn together and put together and all, and then I got to put a cover on it. But I really like coffee dyed paper. I just think it's I don't know. I like it. I just like it. So what I normally do is I take my big doll needle, and I have a piece of white foam right here, and I normally just take where it's supposed to poke out, and I poke it with my big doll needle, and that way I can poke it down and around where it's supposed to be, and it don't really hurt this. It keeps it more stable. So that's what I've decided I like to do. And you can go from the back, and you can really tell a lot of it if it's ready to come out or not. If it's not, I try to get as much out as it will, and then it kind of makes it put more pressure on the pieces that's not fully cut. So this part didn't cut well, but the rest of it cut pretty well. So I'm going to put this back into my die. And the more you put pressure on this with your die, the deeper it makes it emboss it. And it makes it really stand out that way. So it's really something when you get it all done, and the more you keep it placed into your die, and I place it right back in its place. Okay. Then I will take it and put it back down, because as you can see, there's places that are black, and you shouldn't see those black places. So, and this paper will emboss with you can emboss with this uh, dye and everything. Well, all dyes you can emboss with, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about in just a second. Thank you. Yeah, I do. I love it. I want to get me a long arm stapler to do with because it will reach all the way to the center and I can put a couple of staples in it. I kind of look whenever I'm doing a grunge, I kind of like the look of the staple in it. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but the staple makes it look a little more grungy to me. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to add this to this piece right here. So that's what I'm doing with that. And I've got a larger piece that I'm going to be also doing. There's the piece I was working with. Set that right there. I'm going to stick my little doll needle back, or my big doll needle back over here so I don't lose it. I have a pin cushion right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here. And little sister Cheryl is crafting. She sent me that pin cushion, and it has been the most handy thing I've had. Okay, so this one here. Oh no, I haven't. I may have to try that one. Take a pen and put on it. Is that what you're saying? Okay, so as you can see, where I don't know if you can see or not, maybe or maybe not, probably not. But right here, you can see where it made an impression from the dye. So you can do embossing with the dyes as well as cutting with your dyes. So that I really like doing that. And this one here usually cuts a lot better than the first one. But I'm going to kind of go through a couple of times because like I said, I need a new plate on the bottom. So I got to go find me a new plate. I've got one somewhere. But I've got it put up because I moved things around and that's just the way it is. Okay. Now, let's see if I can. Usually a lot of the pieces, they'll fly out if I thump them. Okay. And the ones that don't need a little help. So, because there's some little real swirly pieces that are in this die. There's some real intricate pieces in this die here. So, this is where I'm at with it. Pull my little mat back up here and see if I can't poke it out. I want to get me some wax thread so I can sew my journals. I've tried to use this stuff from Dollar Tree and stuff like that to get, that twine that you get from Dollar Tree. It just doesn't work very well. So I'm not real crazy about that. So, okay, I'm going to have to run this one back through again. I got to get me a new, I got to dig out my new one. Let's try this. Turn it over and see if it'll work. It might work if I turn it because it may just be needing to Put it back in its little slots here. Come on. And this one usually cuts a lot better than this. So that tells me I really need to get my plates out. To get my new plate out. You get 2 plates when you order them. So I usually keep one clean and the other one has got the it looks like it's all eat up, but the dies do cut into it. So I'm going to try this again. Put this little piece over it. Oh, thanks, Abigail. Y'all have a great time, okay? And enjoy being with your daughter. Yes, and thank you for being here. I'm so glad you could be here. No, Merry bells keep ringing. Happy birthdays to you. Happy birthday. Okay, what did I put this? I got all sorts of stuff stacked up over here. Let's try this. It might work. This might work. Put this down and that down. Maybe that'll put enough pressure on it and hold on to the paper for me. Happy holidays. Merry bells keep ringing. Happy holidays to you. Well, that was fun talking to Abigail. I sure did appreciate her coming in. I've been on once today. I just wanted to check my camera angle and see how it works this way. And that's why I came back on. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to put my machine down on the floor so I can put these into my book. And then I've got a few more of these. I'd like to find me some different pretty colors of blue to make some. And if I can find the paper pads that I had, the ones that I had that I found in Michigan are the ones. And so this one goes into a large one. Gotta find it. I know I cut it. Oh, I remember. It's in here. So I've already put this one onto the page I wanted to put it onto. Hi, Janet. How are you, honey? Oh, I loved your vacation. It was so nice. So I'm going to put this one on here, and it's going to go onto this page. I'm not going to glue it down yet. I'm just going to find the page I'm going to put it in. I put this pocket in right here. I'm getting this ready to be sent off. So we find out who is going to be my swap partner. And I think I'm going to put this one, the smaller one, on this page. I'm going to make pockets out of these, and I'm going to drop them all the way to the bottom of the page. And I'm going to put them on, and I'm going to make pockets out of those. So I think they'll be really pretty in here. So I'm going to make pockets so that you can put a tag into it. I know Beth said just 3 pages, but this is the one I started doing so that I could show and everything. Oh, wow. You want to, you're going to do yours too? Yeah, Tuesday's the 1st. So, why don't you do it in your stream, Janet? Tomorrow, when you do your stream, why don't you do it? So, anyway, this is almost all I'm going to do to this one, this book, because it's getting quite heavy. So, this is almost all I'm going to do to it. I got a few things that I gotta do some die cuts on and everything. And what do you think about this camera angle, Janet? Does this look okay, or does it look better from the other angle? You see me over here, right? Maybe this is not a good angle. Oh, my phone's going crazy again. See what's going on here. Oh no. Gotta remember to pray for Ukraine. It says, breaking news, 350 Ukrainian civilians, including 14 children, have been killed. I'm so sad. That hurts my heart. Oh, I get that breaking news. That's a hard pill to swallow. Oh, thanks, Janet. I appreciate that. I'm just experimenting with this camera angle and doing a few cuts and stuff, you know. It's probably kind of late for a lot of people like you. You're probably ready to go to bed yourself. So I'm just working out. I've got to do some. I promised Janice Turner I'd make her some words, and I'm going to do some die cuts to send out to people, and I'm going to get it all done and send out. I gotta find the other dog. I keep hiding things from myself. Do you do that? So anyway, this is my pokey thing that I use to poke my weeds out. I figured I'd be sitting here by myself tonight. But I turned on my camera. I thought, well, I'm going to try a new camera angle and see what it looks like. And I'll go back and I'll watch it and see what I think of it and everything, because my camera kept popping off of the holder it's got. So I'm trying new angles and how to move it around and see, because I know I'm probably upside down, aren't I? Yeah, I got to do my kitchen a little clean too. It needs a big clean because I didn't clean it this morning before I went to church, but I'm going to clean it. I'll get it cleaned up while I'm cooking dinner tonight. And then all I have to do is the dinner dishes. I won't have the breakfast dishes too. But, you know, that's the way it is. So, did you see my waterfall book I made, Janet? It was fun to make. It was real fun. It was a lot of fun to make. So, oh, thank you. I kind of like it. Hi, Lisa. Oh, good. I wasn't sure how it was going to work. My camera kept popping off and getting wonky and everything, and so it was irritating me more than anything. Having to keep putting it back. I move, and it bumps off from there, and Oh, it was a mess, and I was trying to figure out new angles, and I got to figure out why that my camera keeps popping off. It's probably just the way they made it and all that. So, you know, there it is. I knew I had that one. So, anyway, I've been working a little bit here and a little bit there with some um, die cutting, because I told a few people I'd do some die cuts for them, and I'm going to do some die cuts. Of course, I like doing die cuts, so you know it doesn't bother me. Of course, I do need to find my other pocket because I done forgot where I put it. So, my pocket die that I've got that made the one I made this pocket with. This pocket die right here. When I made this pocket die with, I gotta find it. And I thought I had it in a box, but I didn't put it in the box, so you know. And I'm having a tiny bit of a crackle-inch over here because see it's just falling down. I gotta put everything back where it belongs. But I've been cleaning up and throwing stuff away, so I just been stacking stuff here and there. So let's see if I can find what I need. Maybe I do want that pocket. I don't know if I want that pocket. Okay, so here's some words. Okay. And I'll start with these, and I'll set this over here. And these are words. I've got different ones. Hi, Violet. How are you? Yeah, I'm back. Believe it or not, I'm back. Yeah. I was doing a different camera angle, and I thought I would ask what y'all thought of it. So I figured if I do a different camera angle, I won't know unless somebody tells me. So Lisa says it's like you're sitting across from me. So that works, right? All right. So like I said, I use a piece of foam. This was in a, I cut it down from a big piece because I had bought something, or somebody bought something or something, and I cut it down, and I use a doll needle to do the pokey parts, and I don't have to worry about messing up my die or anything like that when I'm doing pokies. And come here. Come off of there. I had to cut my fingernail a while ago. It was tearing down into the quick. So I had to cut it way off. And that's my thumbnail that I usually get these things off with. So now I'm having a wonderful time with it. Okay, so these are my months. I have month dies to tell me. And this one is December. So that's going to be one of them. Let me lay this one to the side. And this with it. The next one will be which one I pull out. Anyway, I have that large doll needle that I use to poke things out with. Let me push this down and pull this over. And I'm going to do probably 2 of each word. One set in black and one set in white. I think that'll work the best for anyone to decide what they want, you know. So I tell you, I miss Tanya today. It's not the same, her being gone away. I miss y'all when y'all aren't on. But I'm glad she's having a good vacation because she's posting some pictures and everything. And it looks like she's having some fun. Okay, Lisa. Ah, fingers stone. Of course, y'all know what this one is, right? It's January. Lay this down here. January. I'll lay that down here with this. I'm going to take and pull the I'm gonna get me a sheet of parchment paper. Did who say punky farts? Wasn't me. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. That's the truth. What's that supposed to mean, Violet? Of course, there's a February. And if I keep on, I'm going to lose my January because it just jumped off. But I'll get it up in a minute. And some of them like to stick in here. And it's fun getting it out of this little hole here. And if it don't come out of this little hole, I put it back in its little hole, lay it down. And I find my February, and I'll throw it back on top of it. I'll make sure it's on there fine. Then I'll take this little February and I'll cut him out again. Hi, Janet. Good to see you. And I'll whack on him again. Mm-hmm. And then we'll see if he comes out, won't we? He may not like me too much if I whack him apart. If I whack him apart, I'll just put him down on another part. And there's February. We will take this February and we'll lay it over here out of the way. It's only 12 more months. So I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I was just testing out my camera angle, really. So, hi, Janice. How are you? Oh, wow. Cabbage and potatoes. I wish my husband would eat that. My husband's a finicky eater. Very finicky eater. He really is. He doesn't eat much. He as far as eating vegetables, he 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 doesn't like cabbage. He doesn't like vegetables at all. I can get him to eat turnip greens once in a while. I can get him to take a bite or two of green beans, but everything else you might as well forget it. He'll eat a potato, and he'll eat carrots if I put them in the roast. So, and he'll and he mostly is meat and potatoes in September. Okay. And I'm going to take me a piece of um, what do you call that paper? Parchment paper, and I'll wrap the words up in it and send them out. Anybody got a garden this time of year here? Must be talking about somebody in a better climate than Alabama, because it's hot one day and cold next. Hot one day and cold the next. And this is November. And I'll weed it later. I'm just going to cut them out and then I'll weed them. Because I can sit in there in front of the TV and weed them. I started to take my machine in there and cut them in front of the TV, but I decided not to. It gets a little noisy when it pops like that. Getting them out of here is a different story. I had to cut my fingernail off I usually pull them out with. There's July. Rested just enough to go back to work, huh? Lisa. Uh-oh. Sometimes, but I need a new plate here. So doing it one at a time is better, because if I do them two at a time, they are harder to cut, um, because of the fact that I need this new plate. I need to give you a new plate. See, it's really messed up here. So I need to get me a new plate, and it'll be better that way. I'll be able to cut more than one at a time then. But they're not but about $6 or $7 a set. So payday comes, I'll get me a new one. No, and I'll use this one as my bottom plate, and one of the other ones, the one of the new ones, and then I'll be able to have an extra plate that way. There's October. I said I wasn't going to do that, didn't I? But I did. You're welcome. Yeah, it would. Normally it would. If I do two at a time, it just takes a lot more effort doing two at a time. If I do them two at a time, because of the fact that I need a new plate, and yeah, normally it would work two at a time, but as you can see, I'm having to run them back and forth a couple of times to get them to come out because of the fact that my plate's not new. And I have cut a lot of dies. I'm telling you, I have cut a lot of dies. It's one of my favorite things to do. Enjoy it. And especially enjoy it to share with other people. It wouldn't be worth me having a die cut machine and having to buy the dies and stuff if I didn't share. Does that make sense? Because I wouldn't use it enough to really want to own it. But since I really enjoy it, and once in a while I have someone that wants some dies cut, and it's fun to do it that way. So I do it. I enjoy it. And I try to use every little inch of my paper. That way it saves money. And in this day and time, you need to save everything you can. And that's the truth. Come on now. There's a march. Yeah, it falls down. I'll pick them up. Well, not everybody wants me to cut them for them. I think they're afraid. I don't charge nobody. I don't charge for them. I just enjoy doing it. And to buy one piece of paper or a pack of 100, it really doesn't matter, right? But you really can't just get one piece of paper. And here you are with all this paper. What do you do with it? You know? You share it, right? You share it. You share pieces of paper with people. Not everybody wants paper, though. But this is word paper. Not everybody has word paper, right? But like I said, I don't mind. I don't even mind sending the little die cuts to like Janet and all that, because they don't cost a lot of money to send. You can make quite a few die cuts and everything, and send them, like to Julie or to Janet or somebody that is in the UK or Australia or whatever. When you get opened up to where you can send them, to them, then not everybody has a die cut machine. They're like me. If they didn't have somebody to share it with, then what's the point? Because it costs, the dies cost a lot of money, y'all. I'm not going to kid with you. So why would I want to set all this money aside, right? Why do I want to set all this money in a box over here and just to look at them? I mean, I don't use one die enough for myself to merit keeping them, having them. So if you don't use them enough to merit buying them for that much money, I mean, what's the point? So, okay, there are those. Now let me stick them back in their little plastic bag here. Put my little dies back in their bag. And then I'll take these after a while. I'll put them in there and take my little needle here. And I'll weed them out into my little trash can in there. And then I'll wrap them up in some tissue paper or parchment paper or something, and I'll put them in their little envelope, and I'll mail them to somebody that will enjoy them. I hope. I hope they're appreciated and enjoyed. I really do. I think they are. I think they're enjoyed and appreciated that because like I said, some people don't have a die cut machine. And I do. And I enjoy it. So why not, right? So these are cut. Gotta put them in a little bag somewhere. I got something here so I can put them into them. And then this one I can put back in here. Now these cut a little bit better than these ones. So I might try these two at a time because these are alphabet. These are my alphabet right here. So let's try it. Come on, come on. See, I didn't take these apart, all of them apart. I took them partially apart so that I could lay them on here. Move that up a little bit. If you move it up a little bit and kind of center it, it helps cut better. And you can hear these cutting. The other ones, you really don't hear them cut. So you have to put a little effort to them. So let's see how they did. Well, that's not going to do any good, right? Okay. There's an L. Come on out, come out, wherever you are. Sometimes they just don't want to turn loose. They're cut, they just don't want to turn loose. What do they want to do that for? Well, it does work on your patience a little. It really does. It does work a little bit on your patience, but that's okay. I've got a lot more that works on my patience than die cutting. Believe me, I have a husband. They work on your patience. And I have kids. I have a girl, my daughter, and she works on my patience. I have two granddaughters, and they work on my patience. And I have two great-granddaughters, and boy, do they work on my patience. They're spoiled, rotten brats, and I'll tell you right up front. So, but I don't mind them working on my patience. I enjoy having them to be able to work on my patience. So I'm not going to complain about anything. Nothing is worth complaining about here. So, and what works on my patience the most is my fingers not wanting to hold on to things. See? I drop things, and so I usually wear like a dress or something. And the reason why I do that is because I can catch things in my lap. So, you know, then I don't have to sweep my floor and try to pick out what I've dropped into the floor. So, there it goes, flying away. The only thing about dark material and dark letters. So, what's everybody doing tonight? Are they just maxing and relaxing here? Yeah, mine too. I'm a diabetic, and I have nerve damage on my in my feet and in my hands too. So I know exactly what you're saying, and I try to be careful and not do anything that I'm not supposed to, and you know, like it's real easy to burn your fingers and such as that. Oh, come on. Some of them you barely poke them and they fly out. Some of them you I got to get me a new chair. I can't keep this one from squeaking. One day, one day, one day. Nobody wants furry letters, so I don't think I'll send her no furry letters. These are fun to play with, though. Um, they're really fun to put on cards and everything because you just punch them out and start going with the flow. Okay, now. And then I got word background, right? I can put that down and it can be a word background. I knew I had it someplace. Yeah. Hi, Marty. It's good to see you. So glad you could be here. Like I said, these cut a little bit better than the words. So I'll take and I'll put more than one thing at a time on here because they do cut a little better. But I got to be careful and not get them over the other holes over there. Because if I get them over the other holes over there, well, they won't be. They will be misshapen letters. It won't do much good if they're misshapen because nobody will be able to read them. So, no need in doing that. And if anybody wants to add their group, or if they want to add their group or their channel or whatever here, go right ahead. It's fine with me. I share. It's nice to have other people to watch. I don't come on very often. It's just I usually get to watch Tanya today, and Tanya took off on vacation, and she's out having some fun and everything. So I can't wait for her to get back and tell us all about it. So. I know they always have a good time. I saw the picture where she and Jamie met, and that was so nice to see. Lisa, are they supposed to come by and see you, or have they already come by to see you? Some of these letters are little bitty too. Oh, okay. I knew they had went into Texas, but I didn't know if they had got close enough to come by and see you or not. I bet they feel a lot better knowing her mom's being taken care of too while they're out on the trips. Good night, Janet. Rest well, okay? We'll see you in the morning. I got me one of these gadgets for whenever I drop my, if I can find it, I've got it. When I drop one of my dies or something, I have a gadget that I use. It's a magnetic thing to pick it up with when I can find it. But most of the time, it's pretty easy to find them, and I just dropped one. And it just landed right here by my foot. You think she might get on out to California and meet Barbara? Okay, now, find me another piece of black paper. Yeah. Let's push this off. I know where there is one. I have a magnet that's at the bottom of this And I usually keep it right here. I need to replace my bag. It's tearing. But I usually keep it right there. And it's got an orange handle and it's got a long thing on it and all that. So that I don't have to keep ducking and picking things up. Because I'm constantly dropping something, especially when I'm die cutting. So especially when I'm die cutting, I end up dropping a lot of stuff. My dies and such as that, because I knock them off. And so I go ahead and I do what I can to make it easier on myself, especially on my back. Because once you bend over and pick up some things for a while, I've been on for a while, you've done a job on your back. So you kind of just do what you can to keep you from hurting yourself bending over that far. My doctor told me one time when I hurt my back, I was in the store. I was just pushing a buggy, and he said sometimes you just turn the wrong way and you sprain your back. So he told me to go get me a walker and keep it in my car, because I've been having bad back for a long time. Since I was in my 20s, I hurt my back. I was actually a kid when I first hurt my back. I fell off of a horse and broke my tailbone. So, and what happened was my horse threw me, because we had a girl that lived here in the neighborhood. Yeah, in this neighborhood right here is where I grew up. We had a girl that lived here in the neighborhood, and she was jealous. If she didn't get everything everybody else had, she tried to make things difficult for everybody. So when she didn't have a horse, she got mad and she ran out and scared mine, caused me to break my tailbone. Because I fell backwards off of the horse when he reared up. I wasn't expecting it. And I fell backwards off of the horse, and she had scared him. And I was riding in front of her house, and I was on the road. And I was riding in front of her house, and she came running out and and was making all kinds of noises and being ugly to my horse. And he reared up, and when he did, off I went. I hit flat on my tailbone. I couldn't walk for a month. It was something else. I could not walk for a month. And now that I've gotten to be an old lady, I don't have to do much to hurt my back. So how's everybody doing? So when you get a little older, you tend to take better care of what you have, because if you don't, you lose it. You don't get it back. And if you learn that when you were younger, you're doing good. Because when you're younger, you feel like you're invincible. Is that the word? Invincible, indestructive, non-destructive, something or another. Anyway, you think you can do anything. You're superhuman, right? And so, this one didn't cut very well, did it? Well, that one didn't want to cut very well, so I guess I'll have to put them back together and put them back on there. It can. Just sitting here can trigger a bad back day. It really, really can. Ooh, I feel you, Lisa. Just sitting here can cause a bad back day. I know I think about when you and Tanya talk about you really need to get off of here and go sit down in your easy chair and all that kind of stuff. And I think I know exactly what they're talking about. So I know exactly what y'all are saying when you say you need to get off because your back hurts. I know these things. And I think to myself, I hate it. I hate that y'all have bad backs too. That's rough. So, well, whoever gets these, they will definitely get two of some of them because these didn't cut out. And I'm not sure. I'm not going to see which ones I did cut out and which ones didn't. I'm just going to put them back where they were. And I'm going to just recut them. See, like that. So I'm just going to put them down here and recut. After I clean them out, of course. I just won't put as many on here as I did that time. I'll just put these few on here and cut them and come back and cut some more. See, that's what happens when I put too many on at once. Is it don't want to cut. Okay, that one cut that time, so I hope all of them cut. I have dropped my needle, which is not a good thing because that's what I've been using, but I've got a smaller one of them. I have a smaller one of these. My cousin that lives out in An Oak and a Hawk. Do you know what I'm talking about, Lisa? And a Hawk, Texas. She lives out there, and she told me if I come get it, she'd give me an RV. I told her I gotta buy tires for my car first. It's a diesel RV though. What did they do that for? That one's I got that one. It's in down along the water at the bottom. I didn't know if you knew where it was or not. Anyway, she lives there. Her and her husband live there. And I told her, I said, well, you just have to let me borrow your garage because she's got a garage apartment there. She's got a garage apartment at her house and everything, and we've been carrying on with each other. We grew up as more like sisters than we did cousins. She's my daddy's brother's daughter, and we grew up more like sisters than we did cousins. And I found out that she called me the other day and told me she had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. So I told her, I said, now I'm gonna have to come and get my RV just so I can aggravate you. And she said, come on. Just been in the hospital. So if y'all think about it, say a prayer for her. She's a really sweet Christian lady. Her name is Jo. J-O, Jo. And she went in and she had a scan. And I'm telling y'all this because I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to get your checkups when you're supposed to, like you're supposed to. She went in October the 6th of last year and had a scan. She was fine, okay? There was no problem, just a little diverticulitis, okay? And there was no problem. And they sent her home. She was fine. The other night, she had a problem with her bowels. And because she was having some pain and all, so she ended up going to the urgent care there. And they did a scan on her. And they found a large mass on her pancreas. And they told her it was stage 4 pancreatic cancer. 4 months, y'all. 4 months. From October 6th to February 22nd. That's how fast that it showed up. Okay? So, just so y'all get your checkups. If you have a problem, get your checkups, please. I've lost too many people this year. I've lost too many people this year. So if y'all wondering why I've been on twice today, I've been lonesome. I've been lonesome. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate y'all. So, but she's in good spirits, you know. And I've been talking to her just about every day. I haven't talked to her today. But she goes to church and everything, and so do I. But she told me, she said, I just wanted you to know. But she knows I'm a person that'll pray for her. She knows that. So, and she knows that she can call me and I'll cheer her up. I won't be crying over her and all that stuff. I won't be, but y'all, she had 5 brothers and sisters, and they all died young. Okay? They all died young. So that's a hard thing because, and while she's in her 60s, that's still pretty young, y'all. 60s ain't old. People think it is, but 60s ain't old. Some of these I may have to cut again if I can't find them. Drop them and can't find them, Anyway, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I appreciate y'all being here. But y'all make sure that y'all take care of yourselves, please. I don't want to lose no more people. I've already lost 5 this year. All right. 5 this year. Well, since September 29th, we've lost 5 people. And ain't none of them been to COVID. Not one. Ain't none of them been to COVID. So, all right, y'all. I'm going to let y'all get off of here, and I'll be back tomorrow and watch Janet and everything in her stream, and I'll do some more cutting tomorrow. So, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. Bye.